dreading to do this update. This update with our sweet buns is just kind of a sad one. I haven't really put this out anywhere, not even over on Instagram, because I felt like my girls had time to just kind of process some of this. Let me give you some backstory though. Yeah, you want to see it? You want to see? Don't touch the camera. Come here. This is one of our baby Holland Lops. Can you say hi? We love them. Oh my goodness, let me get another one for you. Opal's last litter. There were 3. I'm not sure I can hold 3 now that they're getting to this size, but they're very sweet. Yes. And they're very loved on. They're getting ready to go to homes in about a little over a week. Okay, let me give you backstory as to why we even keep buns. We do not keep meat bunnies. Not against anybody that does. That's just not the direction that our family wanted to head down. I don't really have any desire, nor do any of my other family members, to butcher and skin bunnies after you raise them. It's just not our cup of tea, and none of us really like rabbit meat, so that's not why we have bunnies. But a couple winters ago, I spent the entire winter, I'm nerding out on you for a minute, I spent the entire winter studying, reading all about animal, well, honestly, animal poop and how it can become compost. What is the most valuable? What is the, with the levels of nitrogen and phosphorus and everything? What, I see somebody coming. Anyway, what needs to be composted? What doesn't need to be composted? So, what I came up with, are you coming? No, they're in the freezer. You can go tell the kids. He likes me with me when we're doing videos. So what I found was bunnies, their poop does not need to be composted. It can go right on your landscaping. It can go right into your garden. Can you say hi? And compared to like horse poop, now trust me, it's much, much, much smaller. But compared to like livestock poop, the levels in comparison are even more perfect with bunny poop than anything else. That's why we keep them. So once I found all of that out, and my girls have been asking for a Holland Lop because look at their ears. Bunnies are so enjoyable. To me, they're the easiest animal that we keep, and also the most valuable because of their poop. We call them our garden bunnies. We don't let them free range in our garden because they would demolish it. They would eat all of it. But at the end of a gardening season, we'll put up a little gate and we'll let them just kind of nibble on everything. But we call them our garden bunnies because we're always taking their bedding, we're always taking their poop, and we're putting it into our soil, even into our landscaping, to feed the soil. And if you don't know this about our land used to be a very neglected horse farm and very, very compacted. So where we keep our garden now for our family and for our CSA has been a labor of love and a lot of hard work. And the bunny poop has been, oh, you see the bunnies? The bunny poop and the bunny bedding has been incredibly valuable to work into our soil. Would you like to sit with me? You can sit. You can't touch the camera though. No. So that is why we have bunnies. And not to mention, they're just like kitties here. You can come, hold on. They're just like cats, and what I mean is they can be litter trained. They're very, very quiet. Don't touch the camera. You get me and Deacon today. Okay, that was fun in theory with him. These videos don't work very well with him, especially when I have little bunnies. Okay, so all I was trying to say was that bunnies can work amazing as a pet. Some people say that they're the best therapy animal because they just don't make noise. And I would have to say it's true. They're very content if they're used to being held. They're very content in somebody's hands. They're very content just being chill. They enjoy being clean, so that they're just like a cat. They want to go to the bathroom in a litter box or where they can bury it. So it just kind of works really, really well. So I highly recommend them for families, but I also highly recommend them for homesteaders or gardeners or landscapers, because even if you just keep one, you will have massive amounts of bunny manure to put into your garden. So that is why we keep bunnies. They are not meat bunnies. They are for pure joy, pleasure, beauty, but also they are immensely valuable to all of the gardens that we grow. Flower gardens, vegetable gardens, herb gardens. You can see some of my other videos about those things anyway, where I talk more in detail. So these three are Opal's bunnies. And she had them a week from this coming Saturday, so just a couple of days, will have been 8 weeks ago. And they're very, very precious. They're very cute. They've been handled a lot, so they're doing well, and they're ready to go to their new homes very soon. I'm pretty sure we have 2 boys and 1 girl. I'll check again in a few days because all of their little body parts are so small, but that's what I'm pretty sure we have. So now, the update on Blossom. So let me give you the update on Sweet Blossom. Blossom was our LIONHEAD bunny, and we mated her with our male Gus because we wanted to have lion lap bunnies. We thought that would be really, really cute. My girls went about it the right way. They introduced them multiple times. They were doing very well. Blossom actually was slightly treated like royalty, and she stayed in my girls' room all the time. And she truly was a bit more like a pet, even though we still used all of her poop and bedding in our gardens. She truly was just like a delight for the girls to have. So Blossom, we thought she was mated with Gus. She wasn't the first time, so we just gave her a couple weeks. We brought him back in, and this time I witnessed it, and I made sure that he mated her. It's a good idea to watch it 3 times. 2 to 3 times, and I made sure that I did with my own eyes. And when a male is done mating a female, this is a great lesson for your kids. When a male bunny, hold on one second, I have a bunny climbing a couch. They are quite adventurous. Okay, she actually came down on her own. But when a male is done mating a female bunny and you know it's been successful, he actually falls off. It slightly looks like he's dead. He just falls off and lays over to the side for a second. So anyway, what we were taught is it's a good idea to just kind of witness that 2 to 3 times, especially if they're not used to each other. So we did, and she was great. Her entire pregnancy was incredible. She became a little bit particular that she did not want to be pet when she was, this only was when she was pregnant. When she was eating. So we say that she was a little bit of an ornery pregnant woman, but only when she was eating. She was still very active, no signs of anything. She ate, she drank, seemed very happy. When the girls were in her room, she is climbing my couch again. When the girls were in her room, she would just roam free with them, and it was great. So, Bunny's gestation period is 28 to 32 days, and we got to day 28, no signs of anything. Day 29, no signs of anything. I'm like, well, maybe we're wrong. Maybe it just didn't take, even though I witnessed it. We got to day 30, and she started pulling out her fur on her tummy, which is a great sign because they do that to line their nest. And then she started pulling out tons and tons and tons, and she made her own nest. She had a box in there that we put in there for her nest, and she ended up building it behind there. It was great. She looked like she was going to be a really good mom. That's a very good sign that bunnies are going to be good moms, is when they make a good nest, and it was perfect. So she just kept pulling out more fur. We got to the end of day 30. I started noticing her poop was a little bit different, just kind of liquidy, very normal. And then going into day 31, still no babies, but by the end of day 31, I was watching her that evening, and I called Willow in. I'm like, she's contracting, and I think she's gonna be trying to push soon. So we kind of just watched her. It was just textbook. If you look up videos of bunnies giving birth and what it looks like when they push and what it looks like when, I wish I had video of it, but I don't. What it looks like when they're having contraction, it's exactly what hers looked like. And remember, she had been eating, she'd been drinking, she'd been doing everything. So toxemia and things like that weren't even on my mind. So I looked to Willow and I said, let's go upstairs, just give her some quiet time. Bunnies by nature are very quiet animals. Let's just give her time. come back down in 15 minutes. So we came upstairs, we were just talking, 15 minutes goes past. I'm like, hey, why don't you go down there and check on Blossom again, see if she hasn't, she's delivered any yet. She runs down there and she yells up to me and she goes, Mom, Blossom's dead. And I thought it was just a really poor joke. I'm like, whatever, Willow. She goes, no, Mom. And she started bawling. And I went down there and sure enough, she was flopped over on her side, completely dead. And we have no idea why. I've looked up toxemia in bunnies. She had no signs of that. I've looked up lots of different things. And of course, a bunny, they can't tell you. All that we can guess is the stress of, because it was her first, the stress of the end of her pregnancy and the delivery was too much. She didn't even push one out. And for a split second, I thought, okay, I could actually do a C-section on a bunny. But then I thought, in the survival, like to actually, to give a baby bunny, they're so small, a bottle, it's next to impossible. And so I was like, I'm not going to do that. And that was it. My girls and me, we were devastated. It was a sad one. It was a very sad one because our bunnies are so valuable to us, like I said here, but not just that. This particular one was it was a gift. And it was their goal to have these lion lap bunnies. So we do not have lion lap bunnies, but we do have these guys. So we don't have lion lap bunnies, and for about a day, my girls were like, let's just be done. Why are we even doing this? This is way too hard. I don't want to have to lose, because they've already lost one other bunny that was given to us that was very, very sick, and we were trying to nurse it back in. That didn't happen. So we buried now 2 bunnies, and they said we don't want to do anymore. Besides Gus and Opal, who are absolute lovebirds out there, or love buddies. And I said, okay, let's just think about it. I let a couple days pass. And I said, we're gonna do it again. We can. I want my kids to feel the gravity of when you lose a beloved animal. Some people will probably laugh at this. It's only a bunny, you might say. It wasn't to us. And I don't want my kids to feel that way about any of our animals, whether it's our sheep, our chickens, our ducks. I want them to feel the gravity of when you lose an animal, to know that you actually loved it, and it actually helps you then in reverse take care of it very well. So I wanted them to feel that, but I also wanted them to be able to get up and go again. So not all is lost. We actually in June will be having 2 Holland Lot bunnies delivered to us from a family of breeders in Virginia, if all goes well. And so we are going to try again with 2 more bunnies. And we would like to build our bunny breeding system, because we have a lot of people on our wait list. We would like to build it to about 6 for us. That would be enough, what we feel like, poop and bedding for our gardens, and also have the ability to sell them to other families that would like to have them, either for just their kids, for their house, for their gardens, for their landscaping, for their homestead. So that is what we're working towards. And we actually have another set. I'm not going to tell you what kind yet, but we do have another type of bunny that might be coming as well. Maybe late summer, early fall. So anyway, that is the story of Blossom. That is the story of our LIONHEAD bunny. It's a really sad ending for us, but we're going to keep going, and we're going to keep doing what we do with our bunnies. Like I shared, I had not, or like I told you in the beginning, I had not shared any of this really anywhere, even on social media, because we have a lot of people that have been invested in our journey with these bunnies. Look at, they're cleaning themselves right now. Let me show you. One of the sweetest things is when they clean each other. We had a lot of people that were invested in asking questions, and we felt like we needed to give more than just a really quick story update. I wanted it to be here in this space because my goal is to be very transparent and real when it comes to what we're doing out here, including the hard. And this one was a hard one. This one was a hard one for me, but it's also a really hard one for my kids too, because it was tragic. And because we don't know exactly what went wrong. So more to come with our bunny journeys. I highly encourage families. To consider a bunny. If you're looking for a pet for your kids and you don't want to go the route of a dog and you might be allergic to a cat, look at a bunny, look at a Holland Lop. They're very cute. They'll get to be about double the size, which is between 3 and 4 pounds. I bet he or she, I can't tell. I bet she's about 1.5 to 2 pounds. They're very small and quiet, and they're really, really sweet. So I encourage you, but it's not the end of our journey. We will have more, and we're looking forward to that. But we wanted to share this part of the chapter with you because it is a very real chapter. So anyway, I hope this finds you all well. More on the garden and garden bunny journeys coming up. And yeah, have a good day. We'll talk to you later.
Whoa there, Daddy.
Gentle, so gentle. And she might be done.